A race is like a firewalk. At the end, it only matters how bad you want it. Because it is. If you think about it, you're running on your own, whether it's a full marathon or 24 hours. It's gonna be painful. That's the one thing you need to accept it. It's not irrespective of how hard you train. You don't train so that it's not painful. You train, you could bear the pain, and it's like a firewalk itself. And how bad you want it, it's the time when everything is falling apart and you need to still get it all together.
Welcome to Find Your Ultra podcast. I'm your host Vipin Sharma. My goal with this show is to introduce people and ideas that can be life-changing. There have been a lot of people that I know who've chased after their dreams, had their ass kicked. My goal with the show is to break down those learnings and into actionable steps so that they can help us chase after our dreams. So we are beginning this journey, and my guest today is a very special one. I've known this person for a very long time. This is a story of transformation. This is a story. It's not just a weight loss story, which is a part of this story. But this guy is actually a story of transformation from being an average runner to an elite runner. And why everybody must listen to this story is because this is a story where somebody conceived an idea, saw a dream, and then chased after it and achieved it. So, and the journey is still on. So it really fascinates me. There's just so much that I want to learn about him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Kanan Jain.
Hi Vipin Bhaiya.
How are you, man?
I'm good. What about you?
Good to have you here.
It's my pleasure, always.
How have you been today? How's your day been?
Good. Started my day with my interval training, as usual.
As usual.
Then work, and then I'm here.
You're coming straight from the office?
Yeah, I'm coming straight from my work.
Good, man. So let's do this. Okay. Yeah. I'm so excited that you're the first guest on this because I've been thinking about learning so many things from you. I've been thinking about asking you all of those questions for so many days, even before I had conceived this podcast. So I'm so glad that I have you as a captive audience today. Not the audience, but a guest. And you're not going to leave before answering all my questions today.
Totally. I'm looking forward.
Awesome. So let's begin at the beginning. Before you became a runner, because I know a bit about the story of you becoming a runner and after you became a runner. But before you became a runner, tell us a little bit about your childhood, anything that had a great influence on that, your schooling.
I'm an engineer by my profession. Yeah. I completed my schooling from Dwarka itself. During my school days, I used to play cricket till 10th class. Then after 10th, I took science. So as a science student, there was more about studying from 10th till 12th. It was more about sitting and studying, just doing this numericals, maths, physics, chemistry. And I gained weight. Then after that,
Yeah, that was the time you became really chubby, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then what happened after 12th?
So after 12th, before my 12th, after my 10th class exam, board exam, me and my family went to Mashobra for just a leisure holiday. Before going, my uncle told me there's one race of 35 kilometers there. So the whole family plan was to just go there and enjoy after my 10th class exams. And see how things go. I started, it was in Mashobra, Shimla in May 2014. So I have no clue at that point of time what is a marathon itself is. I had no meaning ki marathon, what's the meaning of exactly marathon. My mom specially told me before in car, ki at least Google the meaning of marathon. I said, leave it, I'll just see what things go. I went there were people who literally trained for the event for like 6 months, 8 months. Yeah. And I was like, dude, what I'm doing here? They are training, they are like double, triple my age. I'm just 16-year-old kid. So I just started the race 35 kilometers and I ended it around 5 hours something, if I'm correct. So that was the initial.
And even before running a half marathon ever?
Yeah, I just did 3 to 5 kilometers daily just to be fit. Then it was just a 35 kilometers. I had no clue what 35 kilometers exactly feels or what it takes to run a 35 kilometers, especially in mountains.
Yeah. So in your weight loss journey, I'm guessing that was not too much of a struggle because you were very young at that time and you just became active and you lost all the weight very quickly, or was that a big struggle for you?
Not exactly. It wasn't struggle. It was just about being consistent. The regime was just to run 3 to 5 kilometers daily, but be consistent. and just cut off all the crap food. Just stick it to basic homemade food.
Yeah.
And do normal things which most of the people avoid.
How long did it take you to shed all the extra weight?
Couple
that
of
you had?
months, I guess.
Just a couple of months.
Yeah, just a couple of months.
Awesome. And then, so after Mashobra, the journey began, right?
After Mashobra, journey began, but it stopped eventually because I wasn't 18. So I was 16 at that point of time.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember writing an email for you to
Yeah.
one of the race organizers. Yes.
Yeah,
So let's break that story down quickly. So you wanted to do a 100-kilometer race.
Yeah.
But to qualify for the race, you have to have run
18.
certain races, and you must be over 18,
Yeah.
right? And I remember writing an email for
Yeah, I do
you
remember.
to the race director, asking them to give you a concession basis on the fact that you've been training for it. And then did you eventually get it?
Yeah, it was Bhati 100.
Bhati 100.
Yeah.
That was your first Bhati 100.
Yeah, that was my first 100 kilometers.
And right before that, you met me.
Yeah, 4 to 5 months before that.
So here's my part of the story then. That's when I came into your life, right?
Yeah.
So I met Kanan when he was 17.
Yeah, I was 17.
Kanan wanted to do ultramarathons. I was doing ultramarathons at that time already. And he started picking my brains during the run, and he said, "Bhaiya, ye kaise karna hai, wo kaise karna hai," and we discussed various things. And then I guided Kanan from that point on for a couple of months, I believe, like till the end of the year.
Long
yeah,
time. I used to bug him like at the night, ki, "Bhaiya, what is blisters? What is drop back?"
Yeah, no, Kanan, you were very annoying, man. I know, I remember. I remember. I was doing a job at that time,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, but you were persistent with all these questions. You'd ask so many questions. It was crazy. And at one point, because you had these big goals and dreams, I thought this is somebody with serious talent and needs specialized coaching and help, which is where I promise it wasn't to just get rid of you from my life. It was, I genuinely felt that you had talent. So I recommended a coach.
Yeah.
And you started coaching with them. Yeah. But then they turned out to be, they were an elite athlete, but they were also a short distance specialist. They were not a long distance runner themselves. So they didn't understand the dynamics of the sport very well. So then I introduced, so that's where I got out of the picture.
You never got out of the picture.
Yeah, but mainly I was, this is where the journey begins, where I don't know much about. And this is where my inquisition begins, right? So I want to know, after I left you, when did Alfie happen and when did Apurva happen? So Alfie, when we talk about Alfie's Alfredo Miranda.
He's my constant. He's where I am today.
Yeah.
He's a big part of it.
Yeah. So Alfredo is a runner himself, and he's a coach. He's a Spanish guy living in Delhi for many years now. And he's been a very active part of the Indian running community, especially the North Indian running scene. Great runner himself, and he's been a very helpful person for so many runners, right? You're not the first person Alfie's been coaching, but you're perhaps the first one who's followed it so well. Perhaps not. I think a lot of runners we know. Meenal also did very well. Meenal is a legendary runner, yes. And we will talk about Apurva in detail. But you tell me whether Alfie happened to you first or Apurva, and how did these guys get into your life?
So first Apurva Didi happened. Yeah. It was post NDM 2018. Mm-hmm. So I met her first time at 100 kilometers Bhatti. It was around 35 kilometers. It was crazy hot.
Oh yeah, she used to volunteer at the races.
Yeah, glow races. Yes. So yeah, I was there. She saw who is this young lad running in this heat, why is it running 100 kilometers? And I was pissed, like I was wearing black at that point of time, and it was sunny. I didn't have any clue ki you don't have to wear black. It was all black from top to bottom. I was wearing black, and it was crazy heat.
Yeah.
She was there at 35 kilometers. He said, "Dude, why you are running 35 kilometers? Just let me run and just give me water." I was literally spot on. I don't have energy, neither I have time. I need to run. So we just did normal talking there. Then we met in NDM. So we just talked. I listened about her. I told about myself. So eventually, then one thing led to another, and then.
So then you became close friends, and then she started helping you.
So she's now a family.
So no, did she didn't start helping you? I believe because
Apurva
was not big into running at that time. You were running already,
right?
Yeah,
I was. So the basic idea before on February 2018. In my mind, back of the mind, there was something called Indian team for ultra running. So there was a world championship happening. 2017, the world championship happened in Belfast. So I had in my back eye, ki there's something going to happen 2019 and it's 18 starting. So the whole idea was to get close to it and see how things turn out.
But when you thought about this, when you just conceived this dream, so to speak, what was your running like? What were you a fast runner? You were not a fast runner. What had you done at that time?
To be honest, just 100 kilometers that I didn't do on training. It was just the mental thing. I want to run ultras.
How long did you take to finish that 100k?
17 hours, 59 minutes, I guess.
Which race was it?
Bhatti 100.
Bhatti 100, 17 hours and 59.
That was brutal 17
Kanan,
hours. Those 17 hours I won't
Kanan,
forget.
Aren't you ashamed of those timings today?
I won't forget those times.
But no, I'm just joking. My first 100k was, I think, 17 hours, 45 minutes or something. But I'm still not very far from there. And you've come a very long way. But yeah, so at that time, you were a slowish runner and you were seeing this dream of making it to the national team. So you, इतनी हिम्मत कहाँ से लाए भैया इतना बड़ा सोचने की?
It was 2017 Diwali, to be very honest and precise. I was with my dad. I was opening Google World Championship and all that stuff. Then I saw Belfast 24 Hours World Championship happening at the same point of time. So I thought, why not shoot for the stars? Worst case scenario, nothing. I have nothing.
How old were you at that time?
17. I was 19.
You were 19 years old.
Yeah, I was 19 years old.
So you thought, let me shoot for the stars. But what didn't you find that thought itself silly? Because there's always the reason I ask that is there's always a voice in our heads telling us to not dream big. Like every time you think of doing something great or even conceive of an idea like that, there's a voice telling you, dude, who do you think you are? Because so many people have tried it. Why do you think you'll do it? And then you kill the dream already. Did you have that voice or did you not have that voice?
To be very honest, at that time, I didn't know what a 24-hour is. It was just, you need to run 185 kilometers in 24 hours. It is possible. It's not impossible. If 26, 28 months to qualify, I just processed it. To be honest, thinking it's not possible, you need to have some idea about it. I had zero clue what 24 hours look like, what running a 185 kilometers look like at that point of time. It was just processing it. In October 2017, then I met Apurva Didi in February 2018. At that point of time, everything was going. I was training for Bhatti 100 miles just in preparation for a 24 hours. First 100 miles, the first step for a 24 hours. For every person or an athlete, it's different. For me, I took like the baby steps just to make it easier for my mind. Rather than running straight 24 hours, I divided it to run 100 mile first, then see how my body doing.
So you wanted to run 100 miles within 24 hours stadium run, right? That's what you... No.
It was Bhatti 100 miles.
Oh, Bhatti 100 miles.
That was my...
And you wanted to run that within
1951. That was my ideal target. Yeah.
So there was this race, guys, happens in Delhi itself, Bhatti Lakes Ultra. It's a 100-mile race. It's a loop of 10 kilometers up and down. Kanan was shooting for the course record. And our entire team, the Sun Chasers, were crewing for him and we were trying to help him break the course record. We were trying to pace you for different distances. You didn't eventually break the record?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I fell short by around an hour and 45 minutes just.
Yeah. So what was the timing? 21?
21.
21 hours. Yeah. How did that feel?
To be honest, finishing the race was very special, especially you guys, Sun Chasers. Anyone who knows me inside out knows Sun Chasers was an integral part of my running journey till now. It will be always be. Whether it be our 100-mile Bhatti 100 miles or doing a night run or training run.
Yeah.
I know I could call anyone to share, to have an advice.
Yeah.
It's always special, though that 100 mile will always be one of my special 100 miles. First 100 miles.
Okay. Wonderful. So just quickly wrapping up the question that I asked you earlier. When you conceived this whole idea, I'm just trying to see from what mind space are you coming from it at. So I'm guessing you had just begun your running journey.
Yeah.
You just done a 35K and then you started reading about all of this stuff. And then you managed to run a 100K at Bhati, even though it was tough for you. But you would have seen the entire journey कि इतनी जल्दी यहाँ से मैं 100 तक पहुँच गया हूँ तो शायद मैं आगे भी जा सकता हूँ. So did that 100K give you a lot of confidence?
That 100K was a very big mental booster. Ki, dude, if I want to run something, then I need to train. Because till 100 kilometers, there was no training. It was just the mentally, I want to run ultra. I do, I think 40 kilometer weekly mileage. And it was just mental power, willpower to run 100 kilometers. During that race, those 17 hours, 51 minutes, were like one of those moments when I had literally deep thought, ki, dude, this is what I want to do, or I could really stop now, go home.
And then what happened? When you went home, you decided to
I decided to do 100 mile next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, one thing I know about you very clearly from our first meeting itself, during the first run that we were running, and it was hot. And I told you, dude, मेरा आज का हुआ नहीं है workout पूरा, but maybe I'll come back in the evening. It's very hot. And you remember what you said?
Yeah.
भैया धूप में नहीं भागेंगे तो बैड वाटर कैसे करेंगे?
I do remember that.
Vision तो शुरू से ही है बहुत बड़ा.
Dream big.
Yeah, dream big. Awesome, man. So tell us when Apurva happened, and then what did you guys discuss and how did that? So what I'm trying to decode here is a conspiracy that these two had, who had not been anybody's in the world of ultra running till that point, and they conceived a massive ड्रीम. दोनों ने बैठ के बात किया कि चलो इंडियन टीम के लिए ट्राई करते हैं, ये प्लान बनाते हैं. एंड देन दीज गाइज स्टार्टेड. सो जस्ट टेल मी, हाउ डिड दैट हैपन? So you conceived it, and then when you spoke to Apurva, how could she be, or was she also just as crazy and she bought into it easily?
So we met couple of times. She told about her story, journey. So I thought, let's pitch an idea. So I told her, don't give me answer, just process it overnight. She called me in the morning. I was in college. Ki, let's do it. So it was just do it, and I was like, okay, let's do it. So we met another time. It was Gurgaon to India Gate run organized by.
Yes, I'm aware of that run.
Yeah. So that was the day we sit down, make a route map. I made a route map for her. Ki, this is how it's going to be. You just train. Just everything I'll be taking care of. From nutrition, from everything. So that's how it works.
That was her first long run?
Yeah, that was her first 25 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Okay. So she agreed to buy into that dream and then she ran 25K, or
she agreed. She agreed. She called me in the morning. It was Friday and Sunday we were doing Gurgaon to India Gate. So I called her ki, just come, let's run, let's see how it goes, and then we discuss how we are moving further. So that's how we started. So
then you guys bought into this idea, and then from there you don't have a roadmap yet, or did you? Alfie happened after that.
Yeah, Alfie happened after that. Yeah.
So then tell me, how did you approach Alfie? What did you tell him?
So Alfie happened January 2019. So before that, I already did my 100 miles. So I had some energy and I did 24 hours in Delhi Stadium. I did 182 kilometers. That I got a third position there. So I knew if I want to get into Indian team, I need to run 205 kilometers. That's the minimum benchmark. I met Alfie. I mailed him through Meenal ma'am. So that was another very important part of my journey, ki how people train. It's the night during the train, because everyone has 24 hours. It's all about how you plan those 24 hours. So Meenal ma'am played a very influential role till now, getting me thinking, you should think kab train karte hain, when they have time to train, they have office, they have to sleep. Then when they train, so that I was running 35 kilometers. Vipin bhaiya called me in after evening, ki dude, what you're running? He told me, just stop. What happened? We are going on a night run. What? Is it something night run? Is it a concept? Is it reality? Where do we run at night? I had no clue at that point of time. I went in an open mind. It was April 2018. I'm very good at dates, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad you are, because these are some key moments, I guess.
Yeah, so I met Meenal ma'am. That night I did 95 odd kilometers. It was 15-hour run. I didn't have watch. I just went, let's see, night run kya hota hai? What exactly is to run at nights? How do these elites train? When they get time and all that stuff. That was a very big breakthrough for me as an athlete, ki how to figure the time.
Endurance sport is not easy, man, especially with day jobs and
It's crazy. It gets crazy.
So you ran 95 kilometers that
that
night.
night.
I remember that.
15 hours.
Wonderful. Okay, so and then you spoke with Alfie.
Oh, so this was April. So I took, I was training with a 1500 meter coach at that point of time.
Yes.
Yeah. So till Bhatti, he helped me.
Yeah.
So then I decided I really need to get someone in from Delhi NCR to give me the inputs and have some real information on me. So through Meenal ma'am, I got an Alfie number. I got Alfie's number and email address. I just wrote him an email. I want to do this. And this many laps I want to do that. So we met. I just wrote him in front of me diary mein. Just wrote him I want to run 512 laps.
Okay.
He just took the diary and write, are you willing to work for it?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how we met and we started our training.
So he gave you a training plan and that you started following. So now, Kanan, from this point on, there was a clear change in your running journey that I could see. You became hell of a lot more disciplined than you were earlier. You'd been a disciplined guy earlier as well because you had put in the hours. But to become this morning person, which you were not earlier, or were you? Because you were running mostly in the evenings.
Oh, it depends upon my college schedule, to be honest. Gotcha. I cannot run at 3 in the morning and then I cannot expect my body to stay for 8 hours in college. So it depends on my schedule, to be very honest.
So talk us through about your training for 24 hours France Albi run. Who was your, at that time you were following Alfie's plan or Anthony's plan?
Alfie's plan. So Anthony happened in after Bangalore. So when I met Alfie, the plan was to run 207 kilometers in Bangalore, which was the qualifier for Albi.
So Alfie helped you qualify for the national team, and then Anthony took over as a national team coach. So
Anthony was like a support system. I was following Alfie's plan from top to bottom.
Okay.
Because I trusted him until date. It's like whatever he is giving me, I know it's brutal, but that's what gonna take if you want to get the timings or distance in. So Alfie was the only coach I have. The Anthony was kind of mentor or the getting those extra bit of advice. Ki maybe from the American perspective, what do they do differently as compared to guy in India who is very new to the sport, or the sport is very new in India as compared to guys from Australia, America.
Correct.
So that's the whole idea.
Yeah, that's why we used to be way behind in the timings, but we're catching up.
Yeah, we are. We will. Coming day.
So while we're on the subject of Anthony, quickly, what were your key learnings from Anthony? So Anthony Kunkel, for those guys who don't know, was the coach of a national team that was training for World Championships.
Yeah.
So and he's an American guy. He's an elite athlete. He was, I think, an American record holder at one point.
Yeah.
So he's fast, and I've had the privilege. He came over.
Yeah. I am aware of it.
Yeah. So what did you? Was it nutrition wise or what were your key learnings?
So the main conclusion I could take, dude, there's no shortcut. You need to put in crazy miles.
Yeah.
Crazy miles mean I'm talking about like 120, like many of you, 120, like 120, 196 kilometers. I was like, okay, you need to do 120 miles fast. Like you should do 100 miles in like 15, 17 hours. And I was doing like 24 hours a week. I was training at that point of 24 hours a week, managing my schedule. So the main learning at that point of time, you need to invest yourself if you want to get to the top-notch athletes across the globe. I'm not talking about India. You need to invest time and there's no shortcut. If there would be, then the people in Boulder, Colorado are not crazy to put in those number of hours and training at that altitude.
Yeah. So what was your training like? So kitna daud rahe the us time pe?
I was running more than 180 kilometers.
180 kilometers a week.
Yeah. My lowest from my training for Bangalore qualifier started in January itself.
Kitne mahine ki training thi?
So I had a whole 30 weeks block. Kind of in between I had my exams also, so I called it a taper. Mentally I did just to get the mental satisfaction.
Yeah. So 180 miles a week is what you were
the lowest was I think 120, 130.
How did you manage to put in 180 miles with
180 kilometers?
180 kilometers with a regular job.
I was student at that point of time.
You were student at that
I was doing a part-time job at a sports store at that.
Oh yeah, you were. Yes. Yeah. So you were doing a part-time job and then you were studying at the same time.
Yeah.
And you have your family as well. Yeah. So how did you make time for it?
I just had one dream during my college. 2017, my college started in 2016. 17, I had an idea about Indian team and the Indian jersey. That's the only thing which keeps me going every single day. To get the jersey in my wardrobe. That was the whole idea. Every single day.
Dude, it's almost arrogant to believe that you could get it. It's crazy. I'm so proud of that. It's great.
So I personally believe when I met Alfie, it was running 512 laps. That equals to around 207 kilometers or 400-meter lap.
Yeah.
From January till July, it was in my mind. I have to run 512 laps. Yeah. In Bangalore, I ended up running same laps.
512.
Exactly 5. Not one less, not one more, not half less or half more.
What's the secret?
I believe it's just...
So tell me, I know putting in the miles is no shortcut. But tell me about the mental game. What did you... Okay, I wanted to ask you this question as well. What content do you consume that has influenced your thinking?
I'm a guy who works a lot on motivation podcasts, books.
And you are on one right now.
Yeah, I am on one. That's
motivating people yourself.
So my brain works like motivation. Some people think after a certain point it doesn't help. For me, it's not true. It's my schedule is fixed before sleeping. I had to get some motivation before I go to bed to start my early morning. It's my fix. Some people
what do you do?
Watching some motivational video. I have some fixed content creators on YouTube. I watch them like...
Who are they?
Ben from Australia.
Ben Greenfield?
I don't remember the full name, to be honest.
Oh, Ben Greenfield is not Australian.
He is not Ben Greenfield. He is fixed. He has just a set of, I think, 20-30 videos, and I remember word to word, line to line of all the 30. People, everyone has different perspectives. Some say after a certain point it doesn't help. For me, it's not true. It impacts same way.
It works for you.
Yeah.
So who else?
Oh, Sweat Elite Podcast, Rich Roll.
Yeah.
So these are the podcasts which is really impacted me.
Any books you read around that time?
Oh, to be honest, I didn't get lot of...
What was the first running or athletic sort of book that you read at that time? Born to Run.
Yeah.
So before Bangalore, you ran. You read.
Yeah, that I used to travel through metro to my.
Any specific book that has had a major impact on your mindset?
Oh, mindset. To be honest, it not exactly. I have always preferred podcast over books because it's easy, it's convenient. Yeah. You could travel, listen.
So let's quickly talk about your routine that you just started on. So before sleeping, you watch something motivational or you listen to something motivational.
So before my sleep, I have a 15 minutes mobility. If I talk about current scenario,
current schedule,
with my foam rolling and with bit of motivation in between. Okay. Motivation with respect to video, just plug in earphones, and you're good to go. So that's my 5 days a week.
Mobility exercises.
Yeah, just to get...
What time do you go to bed?
I try to go if tomorrow is my run, I try to go before 10. 9:30 is ideal time. 10 is I'm late.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what time do you wake up?
Usually during winters, it's around 3:45.
And you're out on the course by 4:30 or...
Yeah. 4:30
you begin your workout.
99%.
So before half the world wakes up, you're done with your workout.
99%.
And then you go to work.
No, then I come back. I took a power nap before start. I need a power nap. That's how my body process. I need at least 30 minutes nap before I start my real day. Just to get...
So you get up early, you train, you come back, take a nap, and then you
start my work.
Head to your work day.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you don't train in the evenings. It's only mornings.
I don't honestly get time, plus the mileages and the requirement of the training right now doesn't have to be a 2 session a day.
Okay. So you wake up at 3:45 and you're out on the course by 4:30. Yeah. You finish your training by 5:36 depending on the day. Whether it's a long run or a tempo or anything. You come back, you take a nap, and then you begin your day.
Yeah,
right?
True.
That's awesome, man. And how long did it take you to build that routine?
4 or 5 years. It's not one day I've decided I'll get up in the morning.
What happened when you tried to build this new routine?
So this started for the training for Worlds, to be honest, because I need to squeeze in times, because you need to put in miles and there's no shortcut. You cannot you have 24 hours. I learned, to be very honest, hard way. You just have 24 hours and it's your dream. Nobody is going to push you to get it. You need to get up your own bed. To be honest, till date, there's not single time my mom or my dad knocked me ki it's your run time, you need to go. I usually get up before my alarm. It's just like It's my dreams, it's my goal. Nobody's gonna go. There were days at Nehru Park where I train. There's no one, literally no one. And I had two options. I had to sleep in car. Nobody cares I'm sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
Or I just keep showing up and getting those miles in. And most of the time, I tried to get those miles in. Never slept in my car, although I have taken a couple of times naps because of the exhaustion of the day. So yeah.
But dude, that's insane. That's great commitment, yeah. So it was the jersey that was driving you forward. So what do you tell yourself when you're at Nehru Park and it's dark and there's nobody out there and you're very tired from the day before and you have the option to go back to sleep? Apart from the India jersey and apart from, let's say, accountability to Alfie, what else was driving you? Was there anything else that was driving you?
It's my dream. Nobody's towing me for anything. If you want to get it, I told you I work a lot on motivation. That's true. It's not, I just said it. It's how my brain process it. Those quotations, those lines which I post, and I don't just post it. It's how
your Instagram is full of that, man.
My day starts with that only.
Yeah. No, and it not just motivates you, it motivates a lot of people. I mean, it motivates me when I look at those, when I read those lines.
Thank you. Someone is at least getting motivated.
Yeah, of course. Okay, wonderful. So let's come back to the big story that we are chasing, the Team India jersey. So you, in Bangalore, you ran 512 laps, you qualified. What happened after that?
So, to be honest, after that, for next 2 days, I could not walk. I was literally on bed. Yeah. I was like, I did it, now I need to just...
But tell me about the feeling. The moment you completed the race, you knew that you made it to the national team. Or did you not know?
Yeah, I was aware of that. After the race was done, my chachu, my uncle, my aunt was there. Just told me you made it, because to be honest, my mom and my dad didn't know I was doing something like that. Because I don't want to get their other side. If I didn't get it, no, it's like you will get another chance and those things. I just went there.
Oh, I was there at the stadium when you qualified.
Bangalore. Yeah, you were there.
This was the year when Chandar and Binay and everyone had qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I remember. Now I recall. Okay. Right. Yes. So what was the feeling like?
So I was top of the world. To be honest, I was the youngest among the whole team and youngest who crossed 200 kilometers. I guess I'm till now. Yet I'm till youngest. I have no clue. I'm not following ultra scene for India right now because it's like it will take time to boom. Apart from couple of pros who are literally smashing those distances and hours. So happy to say that finally. So I was on the top of the world basically, and every sacrifice, everything which took me from me, because as a college guy, I was in third year. All the parties, all the late nights.
And then tell me one more thing. It was in the same race that Apurva also qualified. So Apurva is definitely a future guest on the podcast, clearly, and we'll break down the story with her. But how did it feel that both of you saw the dream together? And she, by the way, broke the national record. She became the first Indian woman to run 200 kilometers in that race.
No, not in that race, to be honest. No? So it was in Albi. She ran 200 kilometers and she.
Oh yeah.
She didn't qualify in Bangalore. She qualified an year before. She qualified in Delhi Stadium in 2017.
Oh, when she ran 176.
172.
172?
Yeah, 172.
Yeah, and that was the women's national record at that time, I think.
Yeah.
So in that race she didn't qualify.
Yeah, she paged me. That was the whole idea. The idea was me.
Conspiracy बहुत deep चल रही थी ये. हाँ.
Yeah, so that was the whole idea. She was there for me because running 24 hours is not just about running your legs. It's about mental trauma. Because after a certain point, irrespective of how strong you are, your mind will give up. Okay, dude, I could easily go home, sleep. When you're running in loop, the medical tent is just I would say 50 meters away. After every lap, the 50-meter tent is like, come on, you just need to get those rest in. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and you also you've been seen crying and running a lot.
Yeah, I was like, नहीं हो रहा, I just can't. अब तुझे रोना है रो, लेकिन भाग के रो. So yeah, it was lots of emotions were coming out because honestly it wasn't easy. 207 I did for me. I don't know about anyone else, but it took a hell out of me, both physically, emotionally and mentally. After the race, I was like dead. I was For next 2 days, I couldn't walk properly. Third day, I came to Delhi. Then we partied the Sun Chaser style.
Yes.
After we got into the team was announced.
Yes.
Then I had 6 weeks to be honest, left for the World Champs. Then it was game on. I was running like 200 kilometers every week. It was just run, sleep, run. At that point of time, I stopped working my part-time job because of some holidays and stuff. So I was just running, walking and sleeping. I didn't have any. There were days I not even seeing my dad also at night because at the time he was coming, I was already at bed. At the time I was coming back, he was already left for the work, and I was in my college. So yeah,
Let me take a second to congratulate you, man. This was like this moment was huge for those who've been following the journey. Extremely, we were all over the moon. Not just you; it was the entire team. Everybody was over the moon about the fact that you guys had made it. You saw a dream and then you chased it down. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So from there you went to Albi, France. What was that like? Wearing the India jersey and talk us through.
So to start with this, during the training time, I told you lots of motivational stuff. I used to watch a lot of international athletes also. Seeing them live was like the whole deal breaker. It was like totally different ball game.
So instead of motivation, you felt
like I'll be sharing track with them. That's like, dude, I cannot ask for anything more. You cannot be more grateful for anything than sharing the athletes from you saw on YouTube. You used to watch on YouTube just to get the glimpse of them. Just to have glimpse of, for 10 seconds, you're like, oh, I saw him running or her running. It was crazy. The atmosphere was
Who all did you meet?
There were tons of runner. Camille Heron, Alexander. If anyone who follow Ultra
Did you meet him?
Yeah, we introduced, but at that point of time, he was not in big hype, although he won Spartathlon just a month or something like back, and then he was on podium again at 24 hours. Then there was Nola Honkara. I'm a big fan of her. Camille Heron, of course, 24 hours beast, I would say. Yeah. And lots of other runners.
Did you also meet Courtney DeWalter?
Courtney, yeah, of course I met her, of course. There was a whole US team, Harvey. I'm a big fan of Harvey Lewis.
You met Harvey?
Yeah, I have a very good photo with him. That was really meeting them, I saw Harvey at a grocery store. He is a vegetarian vegan runner, if I'm correct.
Yes. Vegan.
So he was just getting his grocery for the race, and me and Apurva Didi was just sorting out our final nutrition. We saw, that's... You cannot have a better grocery shopping than meeting Harvey Lewis. So
dude, you hadn't even thought about all of these things when you were conceiving the India dream. This was all bonus.
Yeah, that was all the perks of
putting in the hard work and getting
the
there.
Hard work.
That's crazy, insane. Okay, and how did the race go? And talk us through that. And how did it turned out to be?
So race was, I would say, not the way I would expect it, but yeah, always grateful for doing more than previous one, and always so proud to represent the country at highest possible level. I ended up running 211.157 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, it was, I would say, okay-ish, not the kind of day I would expect it. But yeah, doing Apurva Didi getting her 200 kilometers, what was the thing that...
Yeah. So वो जो दोनों की जो केमिस्ट्री है, दोनों ने साथ में शुरू की थी ये जर्नी, साथ में क्वालिफाई नहीं हुए, but you both qualified, and then both of you did your personal bests on the day, and Apurva became the first woman to cross that 200 mark. And how did that feel?
That was totally... She worked it. There's nothing... I'm a very hard believer. For anyone who is listening or who follow me, there's no magic bullet. I have gone through, I think, everything on Instagram or YouTube. मुझे कुछ मिल जाए ऐसा जो missing हो रहा है कहीं से piece में. The one thing which is there is hard work. There's no magic bullet, no secret workout. You need to get up and get those miles or get those sets in. Otherwise, there's n number of people who have dreams, but very handful of people who make it to the top or get their dreams come true.
That's insane, man. A lot of admiration for that. So 211 happened. Yeah. So it wasn't ideal. What were you aiming for?
I was 220.
220 is what you wanted. But 211, but it was still something that you had never done in your life.
Yeah, it was my personal best.
It was still a personal best,
right? It was a personal best.
So you had to be happy with the
effort.
Yeah,
I was happy.
Eventually.
No doubt. Representing content, getting the personal best. And the best part was me and Apurva Didi finishing together. We ran whole 23 hours, 50 minutes alone. We were not running together because our paces were different.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, it's like universe. We ended up running together for last 10 minutes. It was not planned or intentional, but we ended up running together.
There's something in there, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Wow, that's a lot. Now let's focus on something else, which is, so you saw this dream, you qualified for it, you worked for it, you qualified for it, and you played for India.
Yeah.
You did this whole 9 yards. Now, after that, we would have, everybody in the ultra running fraternity would have expected you to go for higher goals, bigger goals, longer distances, faster races, faster 100 miles. Instead, what Kanan Jain does is steps out of the game. He says, I'm not doing ultras, which came as a shock to a lot of people, and we were all surprised. But knowing that the kind of beast you are, you're definitely not sitting out of the game for sure. You had other plans. And when we learned about the fact that you were training to be faster, we were all so inspired, because you're again looking at a much bigger dream. You're looking at wherever India is right now. I don't have to compete with that. I want to raise the bar for the national team. I want to be world class, and for that world class to happen, you need to train differently. You need to get faster at shorter distances.
There's no shortcut. There's no nothing to hide.
Tell me about the plan, Kanan.
So after Worlds,
was this something? Sorry, I'm cutting you there.
Not an issue.
Was this advised by somebody, or was this your own idea to get faster at this? And how did that whole thing pan out?
So it was my idea. To be honest, it was lots of research, hit and tries, talking to elites from across the world, getting their advice in. Because at the end, how I work is suno sabki, karo apne man ki. Because you have to live with the decision. Nobody else gonna live with that. Yeah. So I decided, and I discussed with Apurva Didi also, if you want to have a bigger picture, we need to run faster. There's nothing to hide about it. Everyone knows, but it's about putting the work in. You look anyone in 24 hours or 100 mile who has run faster. He has a good 10K, 5K marathon, half marathon timings. There's no secret to hide or nothing like that.
So, but wasn't it a difficult decision to move out of the game for a bit? It shows. I mean, to me, it shows immense maturity on your part at this young age to play the long game. Like you're taking. So, and this is one of the beliefs that I have. I feel sometimes taking the longer route is actually a shortcut. So instead of you trying your best at 24 hours constantly for many years and then getting better, let's say 10 kilometers every year you're improving, you're stepping back and you're taking the longer route and training right from the basics, right from the fundamentals, and you're putting in those hours now. It's very inspiring. Tell me about, so let's just talk about your current regime, your current goals. What are you doing? How do you train? What are you doing currently?
So currently I'm working on my shorter distances. My day still starts at 3:30 in the morning, irrespective if it's winter, sun, summer, cold, rain, whatever. Unless it's earthquake, I'll be there out running at least 5 days a week. And if my coach
कोई कौन सा रोक लेगा तुम्हें यार?
नहीं मतलब तब तो यार
you'll still be out there.
So the routine remains the same. It's just the mileages are cut. We are working on different things which I was missing in 24 hours, because 24 hours or 100 miles is more about putting in tons of mileage. Your legs should be like rock. Yeah. Literally rock. I'm not sarcastically saying it should be like rock. And when you turn to a shorter distance, it should be like a machine. Should be the most efficient machine it could be.
Wow. So what are you doing to optimize that machine?
It's just about working the basics, right? Doing the 5K, 10Ks, halves, full, getting those timing down, and then let's see where things go.
What does your current training plan look like? In a week, what speed runs, what mileages, what LSDs are you doing?
So my mileage is not a very higher side. It's like 90 kilometers, 80 to 90 kilometers a week. I train 6 days a week. If I talk about last couple of weeks, to be very honest, 3 days speed, 2 day easy, 1 LSD.
3 days speed, 2 days easy runs.
Yeah, 1 day LSD.
And 1 LSD.
And 1 recovery, which I highly recommend for anyone. 7-day training doesn't make sense to anyone. If I talk about elites, yeah. They like train thrice a day. So 7 threes are 21. Yeah. They rest at least 3 sessions in a week. That's minimum they rest.
And what about your strengthening?
Yeah, I have a strength coach. I am super blessed to have my strength coach is from Jaipur. She's Shivangi. She's a half Ironman herself. So yeah, I'm working on my strength.
How much time do you spend on strength?
If I consider strength only, it's like two sessions a week, like 90 to 100 minutes total, and plus mobility every day 15 minutes. So an hour for that in a whole week. So working on those things which I missed when I was running 24 hours, because you need to put in miles when I was running 24 hours. You have just 24 hours, you need to eat, you need to sleep. One thing which I've learned is sleep is the key. It's one of the most underrated thing, but I have felt that if you are sleeping enough now, it's a magic. You can get anything, those expensive gears from abroad, but if you're not getting the sleep and you are running on 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep, you're not going to sustain. You forget about results, you're not going to sustain this game for like more than a year or two. That's what I have learned.
That's a lot of wisdom, man. Okay. So Kanan, what's your current goal?
So right now I'm trying to run a full marathon, good fast full marathon. I won't label time right now because my coach haven't given me the time right now.
Okay.
So we am running with very open mind. Let's see how my body process. And I know I can run fast full marathons. Yeah. Although my timings didn't show this right now, but I am a firm believer if I train good, hard for next 2 years, or maybe I don't want to label it again, I could run really solid full marathon. This is my belief. I don't know, but let's see where time takes me and training.
Dude, Biplab Mukherjee, my friend, a common friend, we are in our 40s. Well, I'm 38, he's 40 plus. We are much older than you. And we are awestruck by the maturity that you show in everything that you do. It's crazy, and the way you're refraining from labeling the timings at the moment shows a lot of maturity, dude. It's I admire that, because let me break it for people. When he says fast marathons, he's not talking about sub 3. No, sub 3 marathon is respected very well across the world. Wherever you go, if you're a sub 3 runner, you have some respect. You're fast. But Kanan's not talking about that.
Yeah, sub 3 is like I could do tomorrow also. On a good day.
way past that.
Not way past, to be honest, if I do a proper tapering right now and things go around, I know I could run a sub 3. That's what I believe. Baki, I haven't attempted it, so I can't say it, honestly.
Time will come soon. Yeah. We before we started rolling, we were talking about your 5Ks. Your 5K currently is 18?
My 5K is 1954 to be exact with respect to my timing, but I never attempted a 5K. It's like I'm doing a tempo of 8 kilometers and 5 kilometers. What I'm talking about is my PB.
And that, so the fastest you've done is
18-20ish right now, to be honest. 80s, 30s, 18-20ish.
And you're soon looking to break 17 minutes?
18, 17, 45, 70.
What pace is that, Kanan?
It's around 340ish, 345ish. 345ish. Yeah.
Could you have imagined this pace 4 years ago?
No. It's 3 hours. Just to correct it, it's like 3. I'm trying to get it around 18.5ish.
Okay.
It's 17.45. It's way too fast.
But these numbers will keep changing as we go.
Yeah, that's...
I give you another year and you'll give me different numbers.
That's just about training, putting in those hours.
Exactly.
No shortcut, no hidden secrets.
Yeah. Kanan, tell me, after having been through this journey of being slow to really fast and all of these distances, tell me, do you think anybody can do a sub 3? Sub 3, not faster than sub 3, but can anybody do sub 3?
To be very honest, sub 3 is just a number.
Yeah.
So it's all about the mindset. First of all, you need to believe, yes, I can do it. The first step is believing in yourself. For if I talk about my journey, I'm a big fan of dreaming big. I'm a big fan. In my home, it's written big, dream big. And whether it's a sub 3 or 2 or a 24 hours or anything, 5K, 10K, you need to write it down. That's how I worked it. I write it down where I saw it every day before I get up. Once the first thing I doing every day right now also is seeing my goal. Okay, dude, I'm not doing it for anyone else. It's my dream. I'm out there, not for anyone else. You need to accept it like bluntly. You are not running for anyone.
So we missed that part. When you wake up in the morning, we skipped it earlier. When you wake up, you're saying you look at what you've written.
Yeah, it's everyone should do. It's how I process it, and I know a lot of elites who do these things, small things.
सारे motivational speakers झूठ नहीं बोल रहे हैं मतलब फिर. There's merit in doing this then.
Yeah, that's tried and tested.
Writing it down and reading it, looking at it.
Every day. And it works.
Yeah. So then answer to my question, which is, can anybody do a sub 3? You're saying anybody can do anything.
Yeah. But
physical ability wise, Kanan,
it takes time. If I talk about, if I say a 80, I'm not just giving a number. A fat guy who want to run a sub 3, it takes time. You need to put in the effort, and you need to believe in yourself. Yes. Believing in yourself is the first step in achieving anything. Sub 3 or 2:30, if I'd say, it's also possible. It's about the matter of putting in hours, and you believe in yourself and giving yourself number of years. Because the one thing which I learned in World Champs was, I was sitting with Ullas, Sir Ullas I call him. So he is the second fastest right now in India for 24 hours. Yeah. We were just sitting across the table. I asked him, sir, kya raaz hai 250 karne ka? Bolta, he told me, what's your age? It is 19. He told me, I'm running from 19 years. So I got the answer. There's no shortcut. Yeah. Everyone who is on that elite level, they have ran good number of years. You need to give yourself at least 10 years as an athlete or a runner to see where you are. You cannot judge in 3 week or a 3-year plan or a 24 week block.
Yeah. Now, anything worthwhile, I guess. Even Rich Roll recently said on his podcast, 10 years is what it took him to get there. Yeah, I think we're great. So, Kanan, you've already covered a lot of this, but I want to break down your learnings of this entire journey into specific steps for people, actionable steps for people to follow. So, let's say somebody currently is an amateur runner and they are, let's say, slow. Let's say they're doing a 2:30 half marathon at the moment, and they want to raise their game, reach the elite level. Let's say do a sub 3 or a 200k in a 24 hours. Raise their game. Of course, there are different plans for it, but what I'm saying is they want to go from being amateur to being pro. What specific advice would you give them? What are the key things that would actually get them there?
Have a long vision, first of all. It's not 24-week training block doesn't give you anything. You need to have at least 3 years maybe picture, irrespective of your age, or you have to have a minimum 3-year plan. That's the minimum I'm talking about. Less than 3 years, you are just fooling around or just doing hit and try. I might not. Giving yourself time, writing it down, and believing it like solely. What I believe is, if you work and you say universe, work it through. I'm a big believer of that, and it worked with me, and it worked with a lot of people who I know. You need to pour your energy towards your goal. It's not talk about putting in the training. Training is one part, but mental, physical, emotional energy. Ki yes, I can do it. Today I might not be there, but tomorrow or 8 weeks or 8 months after that, I will be closer. That's all, I guess. Just have vision, give yourself time, and trust the process. And you need to enjoy it. If you're not enjoying, you're not going to sustain the sport.
So how do you enjoy beating your body up so much?
That's a good one. So I, to be honest, starting of any session, if I'm doing whether I was training for 24 hours or a full marathon, starting of the session is the worst. Every day I feel like, why I'm doing this? Why it's so cold and I am out there running? I could go easily go to gym, do those exercises. Before the start, I'm like, okay, let's do it. After, I'm so happy. Okay, I've done this. I've already done my workout before half of the world is still sleeping. That's how I process.
That's brilliant, yeah. I think we're good. This has been a wonderful conversation, man. Thank you so much for coming over.
My pleasure.
I'm so glad we did this.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you for staying with us till the end. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends and family. So do look forward to the 1st and the 15th of every month. See you in the next episode, and until then, my friends, keep working on finding your ultra.